Oh, hopefully the music stops. There we go. We're just trying to figure this thing out. So, okay, everybody, welcome to Battlefront Banter. This is our talking head show that we've been neglecting, and we're finally going to kick it off. Starting, this is going over all things 40K. Basically, this one, if you're international, this is going to be going over our tournament that we're running. So it's going to be highly focused on the locals, but you're welcome to follow along. And as we always do, parental advisory is warranted. There may be some F-bombs dropped. We don't watch our tongues. It's just how we are. So anyways, parental advisory is warranted. Okay, guys. The Void Fire guys are running a team tournament. QR code is on the screen. Oh, wait. I don't know if anybody can hear me. Maybe they can. Anyways, could anyone hear me when I was talking with the screen pictures up?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, just making sure. Okay, guys, we're here to talk about the mid-table GT, the spring one that's coming up this weekend. So we're going to go over. We'll start off by going over the layouts and the missions. Okay, guys. Day 1, layout 3. Day 2, layout 1. Thoughts on those missions, guys? Those layouts?
Well, there's definitely going to be some staging areas up center depending on some of the maps. So,
I mean, I think they're fine. I don't mind them. I mean, it's not layout 8. I'm just so tired of layout 8.
Yes. Not too many firing lanes, but enough.
No, I think this is I think, would you say they're both like infantry friendly there? But the fast shoot's still good on both of these layouts.
Yeah, layout 3 is a little tougher for like firing lines and stuff, especially the first mission, which is the sweeping engagement. So like the step down to war, it's really hard to like hide big stuff. So it's gonna be tough for some armies. And the middle is depending on the mission, your natural is pretty hard to
hide and hold.
Yeah. So
we'll see what we got.
That one poses some challenge. Layout 1 is just good. I mean,
I like layout 1.
You got good staging. You've got good defensive positions. Yeah, it's just it's probably the best layout there is that we have.
Okay, speaking of missions, mission 1, we got ourselves mission R, terraform, sweeping engagement, swift action. Sweeping engagement, I like sweeping engagement myself, so I don't mind it, but I'm a close combat army that runs at you real fast. Terraform, nothing wrong with that. This seems, I mean, sweeping engagement you don't see in a lot of tournaments anymore, like at least around here, so it's nice to see Shane throw that in. Thoughts on sweeping engagement? Love it, hate it?
It's fine. It poses some challenges for holding objectives, and pressure armies have a giant advantage, especially with terraform.
Yeah. Especially swift action with some.
Yeah, because like if you can like when I was playing my Tyranids, if I went first on this map and I just advanced and charged 30 gene stealers at you and terraform all 3 objectives, and the game's over on turn 1.
So the idea is to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Right, but like for like now my world leaders, my chaos spawn, they scout 8, they move 10 and advance and charge, so they're moving 19. So if I roll a 1 on the dice, I'm an inch away from your deployment zone.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't mind it, don't hate it, don't love it, but I mean I like seeing sweeping engagement. And then we got our good old trusty search and destroy. I think this is in every single tournament. Scorched Earth, stalwarts, battle line can perform actions, are still eligible to shoot, and they can perform actions while in engagement range.
Yes, this one's going to be interesting with the amount of knights and chaos knights in play at the moment.
All the armigers and all the war dogs.
Yes, there's a couple.
Are you playing knights?
Yes, I am. I'm running Canis and 11 armigers, so looking forward to benefiting from these rules. Definitely going to be interesting setup with search and destroy. If I remember correctly, the expansion objectives are almost in the open with layout 3.
Yeah, there's a little like lip you can hold behind a wall.
there's a tiny nub, but there's not much to hide behind. And as long as someone pushes out to the side there, they can see whatever's hiding there. So you can't just put like some cultists there and expect them to survive.
Yeah.
Or upgrade to this show, we will be putting the layouts with the mission on it in the future ones, either taking TTS screenshots or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Having loan up is going to be huge in this mission.
Loan up. All those demon princes that are within 3 inches of infantry are going to be standing on those objectives for sure.
Yeah.
And mission C.
Okay, go.
Yeah, we're moving on to the controversial one, because it's not recommended for layout 1, is Linchpin, Tipping Point, Fog of War. So basically, let's see if you can see it here with my thing. These right here is like, you can see from this little corner down here all the way to this corner on both sides, kind of forcing everybody into the middle.
Yeah. I will say, as someone who has played on this, there's still a decent amount of areas you can try and hide behind.
Yeah, I agree. 2
objectives off to the sides, there is enough of space to hide 5 32mm bases or less and not be shot at very easily. It's quite difficult to get up and shoot at them. But it does mean that any larger units trying to hold expansion objectives they're probably gonna have a little bit of a harder time hiding. Especially if they stick a little bit further back or a little more to the sides. That and the center ruins are separate, so touching one doesn't let you be seen through the other. So it's a little deceptive on how like easy it is to get in and shoot at what's hiding behind the ruins.
I mean, I've played on it. I haven't played on it. I've streamed it now 3 times, I believe, and I haven't seen any problems with it. So I think, Jordan, you didn't like it?
The only problem I have with it is the natural is like super wide open. It's very difficult to actually like safely hold.
Yeah, similar to the search and destroy, right?
But like way worse.
It's a bit different. I've had people be able to hide like 3 or 4 space marines like up against the terrain piece. It's very much rewards smaller units holding expansions rather than bigger ones.
Yeah, so Scarbrand's wings will be showing if he's trying to hold it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now going on to day 2. We're going to start kicking off the day 2 when everyone's hungover with Purge the Foe. That's right. Everybody has to do math now on day 2, first thing in the morning. Playing on Crucible with Rapid Escalation. Rapid Escalation is you can bring a battle line onto the board turn 1 and strike force for 200 points.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I normally hate this mission, and I usually count it as an auto loss, but now I love this mission. It's great, and Shane's very smart and handsome for putting it in the mission pack.
That's right, because different armies.
Yeah, he's playing World Eaters now. He's got the new hotness. Of course, if you've watched the channel at all, the last like 4 games in a row basically have been World Eaters. Jordan.
Yeah, you can basically study how to beat my army just by doing that.
Yeah.
Purge Foe, again, it's my personal bias is I don't really like it because it punishes like one specific type of army.
Yeah, the McWhirp army.
Yeah, or like any like MSU army or anything like that. It just like for me in Tyranids, it usually feels like an auto loss.
I mean, they fixed it at least. I mean, it used to be the previous iteration of it was worse.
Yeah.
For that one you could get kill more on the first turn, right?
Yeah.
Now you can only get kill, right? So I think it's fine. It's an interesting choice for day 2, first thing in the morning, especially since people tend to drink at our tournaments with $5 beers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Get the last game. This is it. You're in the finals. You're getting prepared position, hold 1, hold 2, hold 3, right?
Just good old classic.
As straightforward as you can go.
Yeah. And on
I feel
Hammer and Anvil.
I feel like every final mission should be some flavor of this, just because like you have your 2 best players. You don't want some gimmick. I think in Kelowna, their last mission is supply drop. So like you could like lose on the dice roll before the game even starts. I think final mission should just be some flavor of take and hold, like no gimmicks, just just play good Warhammer.
Don't let the mission decide the winner.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Although,
big fan.
they fixed that maybe in the future here with some of the missions that are coming out. So hopefully they're less swingy.
Yeah.
But prepared positions, no problem with that. Hammer and anvil taking hold. So the last one is very vanilla, and I agree with Jordan that that's probably the best way to go about it.
I agree too.
Okay, so now we're gonna talk some lists. I'm just gonna pull them up here. We're gonna talk about some of the lists that Danny and Jordan are gonna do it. They're gonna talk about the ones that they think are contenders. So let's take a look at who we think are.
Who's going to get second place?
All right, because we made it so that Jordan can talk about himself because we don't want to go over time.
Yeah.
Well, as long as you can beat that 3-2 record.
Yeah. So we got the.
If not here, I'm calling this the kid table GT because
we should talk. We'll talk about that too, right? So we're going to go over the contenders, guys, and you can see AI put Gary Sacco in the front of the contenders graphic. Okay, so the first one we're gonna get Danny to go over. He picked Aiden McFall, the worst player in Australia, as he calls himself. We're looking at Thousand Suns, Cult of Magic. He's getting on the Thousand Sun bandwagon before it becomes the new hotness. So what are we looking at here? And what are we looking at here, there, Danny?
So we've got a pretty usual selection of characters for Thousand Suns at this point. You got Ironman, Magnus, 2 Infernal Masters. Thousand Suns Demon Prince a little bit different, I think, from what I remember.
He gave him the Forbidden Lore. I believe that allows him the double cast one,
yes.
right? One.
So he's got a little bit more durable.
Yeah, he uppy downies, right?
That's the Winged Demon Prince. The Foot Demon Prince has a stealth aura, so killing Magnus is harder to do.
I didn't see that. Yes.
Yeah. You've got 1 Infernal Master with Arcane Vortex, which is the +1 damage and +1 strength for psychic weapons. So their flamethrower is going to be a nightmare. You've got the other one with Umbrellific Crystal for up-down once per game in their command phase. So it's a little harder to kind of estimate when they're going to use that. And they can use that after they see their secondaries.
It does. If they do decide to pick it up, though, they don't get Cabal points for that character.
No. They've got 3 units of Rubric Marines, unit of 10 Zangors, 2 units of 10 Cultists, 2 minimum size units of Zangor Enlightened, I'm assuming just for secondaries for throwing out for objectives, and 2 Mutilith Vortex Beasts.
Yeah, the Vortex Beasts are pretty good.
They're very
good. I haven't read the leaks, so I don't know if they're still pretty good, but they were pretty good. I played into them in Tacoma last year, and they were surprisingly beefy.
The amount of 5-up invulns those things make is questionable.
And then 5-up Feel No Pain.
Yeah.
It just stacks up so nicely.
Yeah, and then they got the bubble mortal wounds they do, right?
Yeah. So part of why I picked Aiden is because I believe he's actually won an MTT before, or at least he's come close several times.
He's come close. He's been the bridesmaid
quite often. And he's a very capable player. I could definitely see him having a pretty good chance at winning and pushing out a lot of people out of first place. Kind of depends on how he handles some of the newer dexes, as well as with the way the field's set up. But with the way he rolls dice for Magnus, I'm pretty sure he's going to have a solid chance.
Question, because it's been a while since I played against Suns. If you have load up, can they doom bolt you outside of 12?
No, that they
Wonderful.
cannot do.
Okay, great. Okay, I'm good then.
Kind of.
Oh, you're thinking about your Demon Prince?
Yep. No.
Totally not.
Okay, and then Jordan picked Donovan Jensen.
No,
right?
that's
the Grey Knight player.
That's Danny's other pick.
Yes.
Oh, that's Danny's other pick. You picked. Oh, right. You picked
Lucas.
Lucas.
Yes.
Right. That's right. I gotta find Lucas. Oops, I should have had that one preloaded. Lucas should be easy to find. There we go. Okay. Lucas is bringing the guard.
Yeah.
Combined arms. Oh yeah. What are we looking at there, Jordan?
We've got our Canadian Command Squad. We got your Gaunt's Ghosts, Lord Solar to go with the. Usually goes to the Canadian Command Squad, so he's going to have the double CP. Rogodorn Commander, which is a silly model that they introduced into the game.
It's big. That's for sure.
It's big. It shoots a lot. Then we got some Cadian Shock Troops. We've got some Catachin Jungle Fighters. And then
two of those.
3 Hydras. They're just super cheap, annoying hulls that can stand on objectives and have a hunter killer missile.
What does the Hydra do outside of that?
Nothing.
What is the Hydra auto cannon?
It's a transport, isn't it?
It's not a transport. It's just a small vehicle. It's T9 or T10 with 3 up armor. It's got 3 shots at 9-1/3 twin linked. It has anti-fly, if I remember correctly, but at least has full reroll hit rolls against fly. It's basically just a cheap vehicle that's annoying to deal with. You can't just throw chaff shots at it.
Yeah, it's like a distraction card effects that like takes some actual like
Does that have
firepower
2+
to deal with.
No,
3+ armor. But like it's a thing you have to shoot that you don't want to.
It's imagine a Helverin that's 35 points cheaper but has less shots. Like it's rerolls against
hunt and blight drones.
Pretty much. Actually, yes, that's a big thing right now.
Yeah. So like
I'm glad Scarbrand doesn't fly.
It's got good shots. It's just a tough body that can do secondaries and stand on objectives, and like you don't want to be putting stuff into it, but you have to. Then we got our Kazarkins. We got 2 Leon Ross battle tanks, 1 Demolisher. You got your Scout Sentinels to throw out there. Scout Sentinels can't come back with the 2 CP strat anymore, I don't think. Or am I wrong on that?
I don't know.
It depends on the keywords. I think they still have the
regiment
keyword,
sure.
or regiment keyword.
Okay. Yeah. And then you've got the Aquilans to just do bad things to people.
Those are the guys that come down in your movement phase, or
yeah, they have the 6-inch deep strike. They can come down from reserves, and then they shoot when they drop.
Yeah.
Super annoying. So
it's got a bunch of battle cannons on the Lehman Russes.
4-shot auto cannons on those Hydras. Thank you, Lucas.
4-shot auto cannons. Oh, Lucas in chat.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just a solid list, and like Lucas basically was outside of like fun stuff. He plays Imguard. He's good at it. He's had good results at MTT, so I expect him to do well at this one as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty much only known him to play guard at the moment. I know he has other armies, but guard is definitely his thing.
And combined arms is just a good solid detachment.
So overall, we got a good mix there so far in our contenders. We don't have any double ups. I don't think we have any double ups in what you guys picked, right? So, although there is, we didn't get it made, but we should have made a graphic of what is coming. But that is also because this is the first one we've done.
It's our first day.
It's our first day. Yeah, we're working it. We're going to be working out the kinks. So we'll go over Danny's second contender list, which is Jake.
Yes.
MTT's own and only Eldari player in the club.
Thank God.
Oh, Eldari, devoted of Yanad, which is basically what's that called again?
The Yanari.
Yanari. Yeah, exactly. I got bad touch so bad at Clash by Yanari that I think I have PTSD from them more so than Magnus.
So 10% of the field is going to be Eldar. So there's a decent chance you'll get to play against them.
That's not bad. There's only 40 people, so that's only 4.
Yeah, that's not too bad. So from what I understand, Jake does pre-warn his opponents about what his list is capable of, but he hands them a sheet of paper of all the different things.
God, really?
So the way I describe this detachment is that there's his turn and then there's our turn.
Yes.
Oh, it's a shared turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's running Artark, the Vizark, and Yvrain. The Artark is running with the Dragon Fusion Gun and the Starglaive. He's got a unit of Cabalite Warriors, a Wave Serpent, and a Venom. So the Venom's going to be splitting up the Cabalite Warriors into 2 5-mans so they can split up and sticky objectives. He's got 2 5-man units of Dark Reapers, a 10 and a 5 of Fire Dragons, a 10 and a 5 of Hallowing Banshees, 5 and a 5 of Striking Scorpions, 3 Warlock Skyrunners. Those things are annoying and great for just scoring secondaries.
Yeah, that's exactly what those look like.
Yep.
45 points, probably fast.
2
Yeah.
5-man Warp Spider units, and then a brick of 10 Incubi.
Interesting
So,
with the Incubi. What's the Incubi there for?
so the Incubi are joined by the Vizark and Yvraine. And so what happens is that at the start of the combat, you pick a unit in base contact with Yvraine herself, and you get reroll wound rolls against that unit. And the Vizark give the Incubi fights first.
Okay.
So
And I know Incubi do slap.
they hit
Oh.
fairly hard as long as they have the rerolls, and they can get that from Yvraine. According to Jake, when I talked to him about it, he had a unit of 6 Death Shroud charge the unit and die before they got to swing.
Oh, wow.
So it's potentially annoying depending on how you handle it. There is a lot of options or openings for piloting error. So as long as Jake doesn't make any mistakes, he can just run over people with this. But at the same time, this list is very fragile.
What goes in Wave
It's very
Serpent?
hard to play as well.
It is.
What do you figure goes in the Wave Serpent?
I'm
Fire
pretty
dragons.
yeah, the 10 fire dragons, just so
The
that
Fire Dragons? Yeah.
keeps them protected. They can hop out, go extra far, and hit what they need to really hard.
Yeah. I've seen what those do. I've been on the other side of that. It was only a 5-man. I wanna talk about it.
Between the Dark Reapers and the Fire Dragons, I'm pretty sure he's got some decent firepower to deal with a lot of like medium or light vehicles. But the Howling Banshees are in there largely to deal with elite infantry, especially with all the World Eaters and Death Guard. Whether it's 8-bound, Plague Marines, or Death Shroud.
What's the Achilles heel of this list? A whole bunch of indirect fire coming out of the top hats of Chaos Knights.
I would
Yep.
say so. Chaos Knights
Yep.
are not a fun matchup for this.
How do you feel about your World Eaters into this, Jordan?
This is definitely difficult. There's like shenanigans and stuff I can do. Like I can charge the Rhino into like Yvraine and the Vizark. So even if he has fights first, the majority of his stuff has to fight like the Rhino, and then I can charge him with like an 8-bound to pick it up. The death wounds against infantry is huge because then I get around his imballs, because even though they're weak little bodies, with 4-up imball, they could scam you. So being able to go like sustained death wounds is real good. I have shooting now, so he can't just eat fire dragons into me, or not fire dragons, sorry, warp spiders into me, and just like torch unit of 8-bound for free.
Not unless he spends his tokens. It's very much a case on where he spends his battle focus tokens.
Yeah, so he could definitely do that. But we both kill each other very, very easily.
Quickly?
So it just still be a battle of positioning and decision making at that point.
Oh yeah, our last contender list is Jesse.
Yeah.
Jesse, good old Jesse. You've seen him on the stream. He's on the last game that we just streamed, I believe. So Death Guard versus World Eaters. This is not the list he brought on stream, I believe.
No, I beat that list out of him.
Yeah, Mortarian's Hammer, I see we switched to. He can't give up the halls.
Nope.
No.
So what are we looking at here?
We got a DM Prince of Nurgle, so we got to see that thing on stream. It's pretty good. Gives that free strat, gives things cover. It's T12 for whatever fucking reason.
Nurgle, that's why.
Yeah,
Nurgle.
but still.
What's yours is T11, right?
Mine's T10. So
Yours
his
is-
being
plus
T11
two toughness.
would be
yeah.
fine.
Nurgle is
But-
now
yeah.
+2 toughness, not +1.
Yeah, I don't
Wow.
know, man. I mean, I get +2 attacks, so I guess +2 is the new thing.
Yep.
But yeah, so we got Lord of Contagion, 2 Lord of Contagions, Lord of Virulence. I don't know what Tendrillist emissions does.
Is Lord of
in this
Virulence the guy that points at the things and says you die better? With the
I think
shooting?
he puts them in Contagion, I believe.
Lord of Virulence, he gives you reroll wound rolls of 1 or reroll all wound rolls against the target if you have blast.
Right, yeah.
That's the guy that was
Yeah,
pointing
that-
and saying die
That was
faster.
it.
Yeah, that's the bastard.
Yeah, so he has 2 of those, so he gets to do that to multiple targets.
Well, no, that's the Lord of Contagions are different.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Lord
Yeah,
of Contagion, I think.
the Lord
let
of
me look up
Virulence
here.
is the one we're talking
Yeah.
about.
Contagion
Ability.
gives sustained hits and lance.
Oh,
to the
and
unit he
Lance.
joins.
Oh, right. So he's with the Death Shroud
It
probably.
makes the Terminators God mode.
And then we've got Predator
He does,
Destructor.
like it just goes right over top of battle line, just right to other data sheets. He's like, I'm playing nothing but big stuff now.
Yep.
Let's go.
I forget what the Tallyman does, but he gets some buff or something.
Start of command phase, you roll 2 dice, and on 7 or more, you gain a command point.
Okay,
Oh.
there you go.
Cute.
That's fine. Yeah, that's not bad for 40 points. Just like if it gets you 2 command points, I'd spend 40 points on that.
Definitely.
So Chaos Predator Destructor thing shoots real good.
Predator
does have-
autocannon, heavy bolter, heavy launcher, havoc launcher, combi bolter. Yeah.
Whoever it shoots at, further targets against that unit get an extra AP.
Oh,
and then
nice.
is the autocannon blast?
No, it is not.
Okay. Range weapons. Is anything blast
he's
on
got-
this thing? Oh, the havoc launcher.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, that doesn't matter.
It's there to tag things and increase AP against them.
Yeah. We got Chaos Spawn. We saw how good both our Chaos Spawns are in the game we played. Death Shroud Terminators are silly. They can deep strike within 6 if you are in afflicted, and then they can also charge if you are afflicted.
Yes.
Oh, do they have? They can only deep strike 6 within the inflicted range.
So I think they deep strike 6, and then they can. No, they can only deep strike 6 if the thingy is afflicted.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So they can be 6 inch away from afflicted units and 9 inches away from non-afflicted units.
Interesting.
Yep.
I didn't know that. Didn't know that terms and conditions on that. I thought it was just blanket 6-inch deep strike.
Oh, it's got some trick to it.
Yeah, there's.
So he's got 2 of those, just 3
There's some
man.
fine print. And then we have Defilers, which I need to look up what they do now.
They are very scary, or at least very annoying. Whatever they shoot at, they strip cover off of. So, if you want to know with these things, when he shoots a Predator unit and then a Defiler at it, anything else shooting at the unit gets an extra AP and ignores cover. So anything AP1 will essentially be AP2 ignores cover. If they're in their contagion range and they have the armor reduction, it's essentially AP -1 save for essentially AP3 ignores cover. They're very good for 165 points just to be like a Predator that punches as well. They're pretty solid for what I've seen.
Yeah, he's got 2 of them. And battle cannon, I take it, is just standard battle cannon.
10 -1 3, D6 +3 if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
Pretty solid.
With all that extra AP that he's going to have, though, and and then don't forget, if you're in contagion, you're going to be -1 to your save. So on top of that, so basically -3, flat 3.
Ignores.
Yeah, Defiler Claws are 5 attacks at strength 16, AP3, D6 +1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there are no slouch in combat.
Yeah.
Oh, now come the drones.
Low drones are very upsetting.
Yes, they're a bane to existence support.
I would like any Death Guard player to try and justify the points cost of these things and what they do when you compare them to like Exocrines.
Well, he didn't have the flesh mower in the game that you played him on stream, so he just had the ones that the shooty drones. So what's the flesh mower one do?
It's a melee boy.
Let me bring that up. I believe it's either 10 or 12 attacks at 7 -1 2, unless they've changed that.
Melee weapons are 10 attacks at hitting on 3, strength 7, AP 1 2 damage. So yes, I mean it's not bad.
I like that. Bloat drones.
Yeah, it moves 10. It's OC3. It's got a 3 up save. It's got a 5 bivol. So it's
OC3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why not?
90 points.
Yeah,
like a Demon Prince is OC3 for like 180 points.
Yeah, mine's
like,
200.
What? Yeah, and then we know the ones that shoot pretty good.
Yes,
shoot real good, especially you get their blast, and then when you combo that with the Lord of Contagion, and then with the strips cover and extra AP, then they suddenly their AP4 ignores cover. Strength 12, 3 damage. It's pretty gross.
So
very.
What did you? So Jesse's my favorite to potentially win.
That's
because well, I mean, you're up there too, but I don't know. There's something about Death Guard. They're really hot right now.
I mean,
I would have had Plumber as my favorite, but he decided to drop out because he won a tournament this weekend. Congratulations to Donald.
Congratulations.
He won Storm of Silence.
So he got his ticket.
Yep.
He got his ticket. Yeah.
Very nice.
Bloat groans. I like that.
Yeah, no kidding, right? So
I mean, it's wild to pick a guy that lost to me on stream earlier this week, but yeah.
I mean, was it the same list? Was it the same list?
Okay.
I mean, Jordan's picking himself, but if he couldn't pick
I
himself,
am
who's Jordan
picking.
There's a difference between playing on stream and playing at events, Jordan.
I
don't know what the difference is. What are you talking
about?
It's okay, Chris.
And then,
I mean, yeah, obviously,
who would you
has a
pick?
good shot.
Yeah.
If I had to pick,
gun to your head.
If I had a gun to my head, who would I pick? And it's not me.
Not you. It can't be you.
Okay, can't be me. Yeah,
we assume you pick you. Just like I assume that, like, if you're running for elected office, you vote for yourself. Yeah. Right. So now you have to vote for somebody else. So who are you voting for?
Yeah, I give it to Jesse probably.
Yeah. See, so I wasn't far off.
But you could pick me.
My vote's actually is one of the dark horses that we have here.
Oh, we're gonna go up. Speaking of, what a great segue for the dark horses. Here we go. Let's bring up some more AI generated crap. There we go. We're gonna go over our dark horses. Hey man, I only had like minutes to get this stuff figured out. So we're gonna go over our dark horses right here. We're gonna start off with Donovan.
Yeah.
So let's go over Donovan's list. So this is the one that is the Grey Knights player.
Yeah. So this wouldn't necessarily be my pick to win the event, but I think this one definitely has a lot of potential to push back. With the way the field's set up, there's maybe a couple of the night lists might be annoying, but with all the demons and elite infantry and light vehicles on the board, a Warpaint Task Force list is potentially going to have a bit of fun. So in this list, you've got Castellan Crow, who loves to go into infantry. You've got Kaldor Drago, who loves to go into demons.
Oh, we should talk about the detachment. It's the Warpaint Task Force. That is not the index, right?
No, this is the rerolls one.
This is the hallowed ground, like we think we're demons detachment.
Everything rerolls ones to hit unless they are in hallowed ground. Then they reroll all hit rolls.
Yeah, Jesse was big into this for the little bit that he was playing Grey Knights.
He was, but then the Death Guard Codex came out, so obviously he's going to hop to that. So you got Castellan Crow. He's going to be joining with the 10 mana Purifiers. You got Kaldor Drago, who's going to be joining with 5 Brotherhood Terminators. You've got a Grandmaster, Nemesis Dread Knight. He's got the Paragon of Sanctity, which if I remember correctly is the point and make a unit count as being in hallowed ground. You got, of course, the 5-man Terminators, 2 5-man Strikes.
What a short list.
10-man Purifiers with 4 Incinerators, 5-man Purifiers, and 3 Nemesis Dread Knights. And and the Eversur Assassin, actually. That one's going to be fun.
I see into all this infantry that is potentially around. Well, infantry, it's both, right? It's infantry and knights, right? At the event,
yes. So you're going to have a lot of like Armiger T10 chassis vehicles or bloat drones or forge fiends. And you're going to have a lot of elite infantry Terminator style bodies. There's a couple Custodes players running heavy on infantry. Things like that. This list is going to love going into. Strength 10 -2, 3 damage shooting off of the Dread Knights. He's got 2 Nemesis Greatswords, interestingly enough, just in case for some sweep action, I guess. Kaldor Drago is going to love going into demon engines or demons. Anti-demon 2+ is
it's scary. Too soon. Was it you that did that to me on stream?
I might have. I'm sorry again for the past.
Yes. The Drago into. I was like, oh, it's fine. I'll just let Drago swing. It shouldn't be bad. Oh, it's anti-demon 2+ with devastating when you have devastating wounds. That was some serious bullshit.
Yeah. So you've got the Purifiers who have anti-infantry shooting at -1 ignores cover. He can give a brick full reroll wounds to go with their full reroll hits. So he's going to be throwing out a ton of dice. The only thing with this list is it's a lot more straightforward. So into potentially like an Eldar matchup, he's not going to have as easy of a time.
Yeah, he doesn't do the uppy downy as good. He
No.
stays where he is when you shoot him.
He
Right?
does have a 6-inch deep strike for the purifiers, though, that can
the
still charge
purifiers.
afterwards.
Yeah.
They have to be in the hollowed ground throw, right?
Purifiers are always in hollowed ground.
Oh, right.
In fact, they give out a 6-inch aura of being in hollowed ground.
So does that mean, well, but they can't arrive from deep strike unless you have the hollow ground, though, right?
Yes, because it's a Be'lakor factor, right? Like Be'lakor doesn't, when Be'lakor comes down, he can't 6-inch deep strike.
But then,
but then once he's down, he can.
Yeah, so the whole point is you deep strike the 5-man, and then you 6-inch deep strike the 10-man.
Right.
Yeah.
And they can do up to 3 units, if I remember correctly, up, down every turn.
So if you could overwatch them off, that would ruin that plan.
Potentially.
But, yeah, potentially.
They do have
but I
a
played against a version of this at Wet Coast. Those Nemesis Dread Knights do not die nearly as quickly as you think they will. Those 4-up invols and 2-up armor are annoying. Thank God they got a lower toughness profile. They shoot real good and they fight real good. And now they reroll hits. Yay. So yeah. Okay, so I agree with you. That's a pretty good for a dark horse. Let's go back to here. I'll set up the next one, which is Nicholas James.
Yeah.
Speaking of the man himself. Well, hopefully you can do better this one, bud.
So Nick James messaged me on Discord a few months ago in a fever dream-like state about some wild stuff he could do with Deathwatch.
Yep.
And since then, he's stuck with it. I think he had some success at Wet Coast. I think he was in the top tables and then made a blunder that cost him the game. But this army won LVO and was largely untouched in the nerfs, even though Ultramarines took some strays for shocking that the guy that does balance lost 2 Ultramarines and then they got nerfed and Deathwatch didn't. But here we are. It's just it's a scary army. It's super tough. It hits like a fucking Mack truck. And
and Nicholas always brings jank. There's always jank in Nicholas's list.
Yeah, so. And Nick's a good pilot. So
yes, he is.
Kaz Jr., as we lovingly refer to him.
The disciple of Kaz.
Yeah. So what do we got here?
So we have Captain and Gravis armor. I forget what the
I believe
enhancement does.
What does the tune do?
So the electric plates lets you pick 2 units for Oath.
That's what I thought, and it works once per
game.
Once per game.
Yep. Yeah. So
now they don't get the +1 to wound Oath, right? Is he
no.
actually? Yeah, no, he is actual Deathwatch. Okay,
they don't need it.
Yeah.
You don't need
then we got the lieutenant with copy weapon. I think he gives something like lethal hits. The thing
he has lone operative, and you pick an objective, and any enemy units on real ones to wound.
So, it's just a good scoring piece. Then we got the Watchmaster.
Yep.
We got 2 bricks of Deathwatch veterans. Just shoot real good
and hit real good,
and hit real good. Everything you want in a unit.
Yeah, and don't they reroll charges or something, or into Xenos or something along those lines?
Reroll 1s to hit, reroll all hits versus Xenos.
That's what it is. Yeah,
and
Deathwatch don't have veterans.
Deathwatch Thunderhammers are strength 10 -2 flat 3.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And then we have Deathwatch Terminators that are just super tanky and hit pretty good and shoot real good as well.
Yes, they are.
Oh my god, is it all old Marines except for like
No, there's a whole tide after this. Those second ones.
There's more.
There's more.
There's so much more. He gets so much stuff for some reason. We have an Incursor squad. We've got 2 Indomitor kill teams, which are just wild.
Yep.
We have an Infiltrator squad.
Wait a minute. What? How does he have his Indomitor kill team set up? He's got 4 heavies. Then he's got 2 of them with the heavy bolt rifle. He's got 3 heavy intercessors with power fists. Those are aggressors with power fists with the flamestorm gauntlets.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's got 3 of the guys with the melter rifles. Okay, so he's got 3. So he's got 6 like aggressor variants, and then 4 heavy intercessors. 2 of them with heavy bolters. Yeah, that's a pretty nasty. That's a pretty nasty unit.
Yeah. Then we got an Infiltrator squad that he put in specifically for my Demon King list, and then I trolled him by not taking it. And Storm Speed of Thunderstrike is just super fast thingy that can do secondaries and war chores. And
But it does something in particular. Is this the one that gives you +1 to wound against monsters and vehicles if you hit it?
Thunderstrike, I believe so. Let me just take a quick look. I do know the incurses are in there for a +1 to hit for shooting.
Yes.
Which means that those Indomitor bricks are going to be something to deal with. Let's just take a look
Pretty
here.
sure the Thunderstrike, all the strike guys do something. One of them takes cover away.
Yeah, Thunderstrike is +1 to wound versus vehicle and monster.
So yeah, so he takes all. So if he comes up, that's his anti-monster is that he's just going to shoot you and then kill you with the other stuff.
I mean, the Indomitor kill team's having strength 11 Melta in what we're currently dealing with is a lot of T10 vehicles. They're going to have a great time.
Yeah, and then if they happen to pop off that +1 to wound, they're wounding on 2s.
Yes.
Well, we'll see how he does.
Those Terminator squads are something else as well.
Yeah, this whole thing is scary. And
yes.
I don't like it.
Okay, so those are our picks there for our contenders. Our contenders were Jesse, Lucas, Aiden, and Jake. And our dark horses were Donovan and Nick James. Did you guys want to go over? We're all three of us are playing this year. This one. So including me, I am not the ringer. I'm actually going to play all 5 games. Mike is the ringer. So yay for me. Danny, you're bringing knights, aren't you?
Yep. It's pretty straightforward list. I didn't want to have to think too much. I just wanted to play something familiar, but also a little bit fun. It's just Canis Rex, 6 Warglaves, 3 Helvarins, and 2 Lightning Lock Moraxes.
Lightning Lock?
Yeah. Strength 8 shooting. They're not amazing. A little more expensive than Helvarins, but I figured try something else a little different.
So what is they're like AP0.
So they're
not devastating either, are they?
Correct. So in total, each Morax will have 12 shots at 801 with sustain 2. But I can bump that up to strength 9 AP1. So pretty decent volume. All the Melta guns have gone for maximum Melta.
Yeah, I see that there. I was just looking at all the armatures.
With Moraxes, I've got my enough volume right there. And then 3 Helvarins should have a nice fun time with all those bloat groans.
Float drones. Float drones. I like
floating around. Anti-fly 2 as a treat. I am thinking it probably would have been better just bringing all Helvarins at this point, but it is what it is. And I mean,
it's a pretty solid list, right? Canis is still Canis. He's still good.
Yep.
And then all the battle line. So, what are you predicting for this one? X1, 3-2?
Probably 3-2, 4-1. Unless I get like the perfect lineup for opponents.
Well, it is a weaker field, as we said. There's another tournament running at the same time in Kelowna, giving away golden tickets. So all the real hyper competitive guys went out that way, and they're only giving away 1 or 2 tickets. So somebody's going to be disappointed that went up there. I see Jake came to his senses.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's why I'm calling this one the kids table GG.
Yeah. And Jordan's. I think we've all seen this list or a variant thereof. I haven't checked since you submitted.
The one from you took against me on stream, right?
Yeah, I same list I took against Danny and Jesse. The only thing I was debating was cutting a Forge Fiend for an Exalted 8-bound unit. Just I cap out at strength 10.
Yeah.
So like against like Danny, it's going to be a bit tougher, or like a lot of like the vehicle spam.
Chaos Knights could be interesting for you.
Chaos Knights also difficult, but I have access to a lot of dev wounds. Like my Demon Prince has dev wounds on the charge. My Slaughterbound can go Super Saiyan and have dev wounds, and then one of my blessings is lethal hits. So I'm just going to make up for my lack of wounding on 5s, or the fact that I'm wounding on 5s, which is a lot of volume. Because I mean, the Slaughter or like the 8-bound are still 16 attacks on the charge, strength 10, AP2, 2 damage with access to lethal sustained. So we're just gonna do our best to like volume out those matchups.
And 3 Forge Fiends just
3 Forge Fiends are just, I mean, they're just real good.
Yeah. Yes, they are. For 150 points, those things are amazing.
It's
I'd
funny
argue
that those are the same points as 8-bound.
Yes. I'd actually argue that they're better than the CSM Forge Maidens.
I know we were talking about this earlier, but I do think Forge Fiends probably need to go up in points, but 8-bound definitely need to go down in points.
Then it's a wash. If they go up and down the same amount.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not saying they go up and down the same amount, but the fact that 8-bound are more expensive than Wardens is
insane.
Yeah. In my opinion.
Do move a lot faster.
Yeah, I mean, there's the trade up. I mean, 204. I'd rather have a 204 up and access to 4 up Feel No Pain.
But then you wouldn't really be able to get into combat as easily.
Mm-hmm. Brian the Demon Prince with the Helm of Brazen Ire, which gives it -1 damage, and then I have a strat that also reduces damage by 1, so I can make against him you basically wounding on 1s, or you're doing 1 damage, unless it's like some wild D6 +1, whatever. Karn is disgusting, and he's with the Berserkers. We've got 2 Slaughterbounds. One with the Berserker Glaive, so his damage goes up to 3. So when I pop the Dev Wounds, it's even worse. The other one has Favorite of Corn, so I get to reroll Corn dice to make sure that if I'm in those scary matchups, that I'm getting the blessings that I want. 10 Berserkers with Corn. Rhino for Karn and the Berserkers to go in. 3 Chaos Spawn, because those things are nuts. Just 3 of everything that's good. So 3 Chaos Spawn, 3 8-bound, 3 Forge Fiends, and then Jackals to hold STD. And hold my
very min max.
Yeah, it's real good.
It's all real good. Jordan's come to get his X1 at the very least at the kids stable.
Yeah, so if I don't do it here with a strong army and the Kid Table GT, then it might be time to pack it up.
No, Jordan, you can't. It's still a dice game. We're trying to
crumble that easily, man.
Yeah,
you still got a chance.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna quickly go over mine. I've been hurt real bad ever since they did the nasty thing to Slanesh. So I've been on a quest to find the new demon list. I have not settled on anything yet other than Scarbrand Good. So this is my list, so I can talk about this one. So I got myself a Bloodmaster, which means I have Bloodletters. I have a Bloodthirster. I gave him the Axe of I Hit Harder. That makes him basically Scarbrand Light. So I got between him and Scarbrand, I have 2 real heavy hitters, including with the sweeps, as the sweeps will be damaged 2 on both of them. Yeah. Then I got the Great Unclean One, who just, no matter what you think, unless you're Fire Dragons, he will not die. It takes way more than people think. I've had an entire guard army shoot at him. I've had an entire Tal army shoot at him, and he just doesn't drop. And then 5 fire dragons shot at him, and he died. So I don't understand how that works. The math don't math, but apparently that's how that works.
It's a dice game.
Yeah. Skull Taker, mostly because I did not have another Bloodmaster already modeled up, and this is models Chris has painted. But it also got me to that sweet 2,000 points on the nose, which I am addicted to hitting. And then Selesky. So thought on this is 10 Plague Bearers are 110 points. For 10 more points, I can have Selesky sit on my home objective, and when it dies, it comes back, and it has some pretty decent shooting, and it hits way harder. So basically, the only thing the Plague Bearers gave me was OC 20. Which I usually don't worry about too much, somebody scamming me on my home objective.
Doesn't Selesky have 3 damage melee as well? It's like 7 minus 2, 3.
Yes, 7. Yeah, 7 minus 2, 3, and then another 6 strength 4 minus 1, 1. And then the shooting is like when you boost it is like 2d6, some number, and then dev is what you're looking for.
Yes.
So
hey, Chris,
and even Overwatch something.
Your Bloodletters are 90 points now, so you have.
No, they're not.
No, yours are 110.
Nope, they are not. They are 110 in the Demon Book.
Different. That's a different data sheet.
It is. No, it's. I have access to. I have access to Bloodmasters.
Yep.
And
okay.
So I give them all my Bloodletters come out the gate with +1 the wound. If you could put characters in your Bloodletters, and Demonkin would be broken.
Yeah.
Because then they'd actually hit hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got 2 units of bloodletters with the full command because I'm old. So basically, leadership 6, and they get +1 to charge. So I am demon incursion, so it means they will be most likely coming out of the shadow, and their 6-inch charge goes to a 5. Good news, boys, they die like flies, so they have to hit the right target. The +1 wound does help. And then I got 2 units of Nurglings. They're kind of mandatory to try to keep people off me. What I usually use 1 unit in the back to screen out, and 1 unit at the front to act as a speed bump so that I can get my charges, because demons is all about getting your charges. Jesse, you're too late. We talked about you. We talked all mad shit about your shitty detachment.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We didn't mention the fact that he can at the start of the battle pick 2 units outside of 12, I believe, to put them in contagion range.
Oh no, don't bring up more. And then then we're into other data sheets, also known as Chris tries to score. So we've got ourselves 3 units of flesh hounds. The great news for flesh hounds is they got a big glow up.
Yep.
So at the end of the fight phase, if they're not in engagement, they can go up into reserves. So they have deep strikes, so they can come down wherever they want. So that's great scoring. And then screamers are just also great scoring. Movement 14, go through walls, pour up invul 3 wounds, toughness 4. They're the guys that go usually contain, do all the actions, or stand in the middle, like priority denial, what have you. And so this list, I think this is a 3-2 list. But you never know. With the field is a little softer, but there is some pretty. I haven't played into the new Death Guard, so I'm a little bit worried about that. So we'll see from there. I like my game into knights with this list. So, I mean, anything that Scarbrand or the Bloodthirster touch usually dies. So we'll see. We'll go from there. But other than that, that's me. That's Jesse's in the chat there. Yeah. So what are you guys thinking about the tournament? We got our predictions in. Sort of. I got Jesse. Jordan's got Jesse because he can't pick himself. Danny has. Is your prediction the dark horse guy?
I'm gonna say Nick James.
Nick James. Oh, you're going with the Death Watch. I hope.
Yep.
I hope.
No one believes in me but me. Okay.
No one believes in you. There's people in the chat somewhere that probably you'll see it in the comments, Jordan. Somebody believe in you in the comments. So, anyways, this is Battlefront Banter, guys. It's our new show that we're going to try to do regularly. I will probably be either interviewing the winner or somebody who did really well after, and we'll go over their detachment and their list and their games. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. We're still learning how to use the software, so you probably see my eyes are always looking off to the side. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you after the tournament because the stream will be dark. I'm going to see if I can get a game or 2 in during the week beforehand, if I can wrangle some people. Okay, guys, thanks for watching.